Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the November 24th Lebanon Board of Works meeting. Our first order of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, move on to the roll call members. Madam Clerk, the roll, please.
Mike. Sorry, wrong meeting. There are no mics here. Mayor Gentry.
Here.
Becky McClure. Present. Bill Stoner.
Present.
Dick Robertson.
Here.
Alan Milburn.
Present.
Good.
Okay, and move on to the approval of the
I do have minutes as long as
Yeah.
everybody's had a chance to see them.
questions,
Okay.
concerns on the minutes. All right, and they're
Very
from November 10th. November 10th. Any changes to those minutes? There's a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes for November the 10th, 2025.
Motion approved. Is there a second? Second from Judge. All fair say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those are approved. All right, on to department head reports. First up will be Police Department, Major Hood.
During the period between November 10th and today's date, the Lebanon Police Department responded to 823 calls for service. A total of 14 people were arrested for the following crimes: 4 operating while intoxicated, 3 on warrants, 1 for domestic battery, 1 possession of a narcotic, 1 possession of meth, 1 unlawful possession of a syringe, 1 invasion of privacy, 1 theft, and 1 for criminal trespassing. In that same time frame, the Lebanon Police Department responded to 41 crash reports and sent 2 handgun carry permits to the state for approval. In training, Detective Austin McCloskey completed advanced child exploitation search warrants training provided by the Zero Abuse Project. This course covered advanced search warrant techniques for sexual offense investigations with emphasis on AI-related exploitation and sextortion cases. Officer Andrew Hampshire attended critical incident stress management course at the Brownsburg Police Department. This 3-day program focused on crisis intervention, group crisis management, and critical incident debriefing skills. And finally, Austin Scott attended a 1-day Glock Armorers course held at the Lebanon Police Department. We'd received a complimentary slot for the course as part of hosting the training. Pending your questions, concludes our report.
Any questions for Major Hood from the board? From the public? Okay, thank you, sir. All right, next up will be Fire Department, Chief Batts.
Good evening, everyone. Since the last Board of Public Works and Safety meeting, Lebanon Fire has responded to 181 emergency calls of service, logged 185 training hours, participated in 3 TAC meetings, and completed 54 commercial inspections. Captain Sam Doherty completed live fire truck company operations. This was hosted by the Avon Fire Department. Last week, the LFD experienced generosity from several organizations. The Cody Jawabni Foundation donated $500. Eli Lilly, Fleur, and the Foundry Partners donated $22,500 to cover the tuition costs for our trench rescue training. The Myrtle Bailey Boone County Toy Drive is officially underway. New toys can be dropped off at our headquarters, Station 211, located at 975 Lasley Drive, or Station 212 at 18 East Anderson Lane. Squad 211 will be completed by the end of December. We stopped down to McGinley Fire Apparatus to take a look at it, and just a great looking truck. They've done a wonderful job with it. Update on Station 213. We have bi-weekly meetings and updates on the progress of the building. We met last week and they're getting ready to start pouring footers this week. So everything's on schedule. Actually, they're a little ahead of schedule. So we poked them a little bit, like, can we move fire trucks in maybe in July instead of October? They didn't laugh.
Keep
That's
working
all.
on them. Very good. Any other questions? Sorry, was it report, Chief?
That completes my report.
Any other questions for Chief from the board? From the public? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, next will be Parks and Recreation, John Messenger.
Good evening. The restrooms in Memorial Park near the Memorial Shelter and the playground, we had to shut those down. The weather's getting pretty nasty, cold, so we can't keep those. There's no heat in them. The restroom down by the baseball field will remain open, Memorial Park. And as far as that, we have portalets at all the other parks for anybody to use the restroom there. So just wanted to get that out there. We tried to keep it open till the parade, but weather isn't going to permit that. Programs and events, we're gearing up for the 2025 Christmas in the Cabin event. Come out to Memorial Park and visit Herd Cabin. Chance to see Santa, get some pictures, and make a craft and enjoy cookies and hot chocolate. The cost is $5 per child. That event is from 9:30 in the morning till 12:30 in the afternoon. Our 2025 Christmas parade is
Hey,
coming
John,
up.
I'm sorry. You didn't say the date on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's December 6th. That's that Saturday, same day as the parade. My bad. Our 2025 Christmas parade is coming up fast. Visit our website to register your float or give our office a call. The parade continues to get bigger every year. Love everybody to join us and join in on that fun. Reminder, Santa will be dropped off at the courthouse where he and a child will light up the tree. And this year we are hosting a coloring contest for the chance to light up the tree for a child with Santa. There again, coloring pages can be printed out off our social media website, or you can stop by the parks office to receive a copy. There again, the Heart of Lebanon. You can get copies there at the mayor's office and also have copies available at the park. We will also have a coloring station at our Christmas in the Cabin event, and you can finish them there and turn them in. And email any ones that you have if you copy them off to parks@lebanon.in.gov or bring them into the park Friday, December the 5th. By 4 o'clock. There again, now because of the Christmas parade's getting so big, we're looking at I'll be coming before the Board of Works asking for road closures. Had a real nice safety meeting with Chuck Batts, Fire Chief, with Scott Hood, and there again, Joe LePage and Missy from downtown. So we will be coming to you December 6th at that. We want to be safe. Going to get it more in tune with like the 4th of July. We just got to be safe. So. It's dark. It's a lot different. So came up with that, and I appreciate all the other departments jumping in and help us. DPW was there also. So that's all I had.
Thank you, John. Any questions for John from the board, from the public? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next up will be Engineering Department, Kevin Krillick.
Thank you, board members. Good evening. Project updates around town. Kind of hitting that slow season here, although we don't really stop construction anymore. Elizaville and Elm Swamp intersection, we're just getting geared up for that one. As you might have noticed, the bid opening on that is later in the agenda. And last I counted, we have 5 bids to open. So good response there. Fordyce Street, the only real thing happening there is that later in the evening, we are also considering really a request that was brought to us by the school corporation to add another 3-way stop in that corridor. This one being at the end of the corridor, adding a 3-way stop to the intersection of Fordyce and John Bart. Witt Road, really just still in the buying process there. Just wanted to call out that we're getting our additional appropriations set up for next year as we are marching towards construction letting in July. And so getting geared up to finish up all of our engineering responsibilities, our buying responsibilities, and then looking to construction starting late next year. Noble Street, this one's a little farther behind than that project, not scheduled for construction until 2029. I want to thank our friends at DPW working with our consultants at Shrewsbury. There was a number of storm sewer structures in that corridor that they weren't able to fully as-built just due to some debris blocking those structures. So they're working on getting those things cleaned up so we can get a full picture of what we need to do to fix and address any drainage concerns in the corridor. State Road 39 corridor study. The draft plan was received on the 12th, so we're reviewing that in-house, and we'll plan to present that to council at their meeting in December on the 8th before we take that forward or make any further actions on that. 180 makeover program, really no project updates to bring before you, but did want to tell you that we have submitted all of our final invoicing and we're working with the state on closing out the city's responsibilities associated with all of those grants. There'll still be the private development portions of that will have to take place over the next calendar year. Jumping to park projects, Old Street Garage, we are getting geared up for the park board meeting a week from this Wednesday on December 3rd, where we will be discussing their BOT resolution to issue the RFQ for delivery of that project. We've also been working with our friends at Veritas Consulting to help us out with some of the owner's technical representation on that project as well. Abner Longley Park Perimeter Path, Phase 2. Happy to report that we are scheduled for a pre-construction meeting next Tuesday. That's December 2nd. On the Thompson Street, the storage building renovations, we've issued 2 addendum, and that is on the agenda for later in the evening to open those bids as well. Last checked, we have 2 received bids on that project. Police department projects, jumping over to that department, we're still looking at the new police headquarters. We have engaged our friends at American Structure Point, particularly in their architectural house, to help us do some site development assessments for a number of sites that we're considering around the city as we begin to engage more in the planning exercises associated with that project. Fire department, Chief Batts really covered this. Yeah, we're primarily at that slow portion of the project where it's all underground work. It's moving slow until we get to the above ground stuff. But foundations, site utilities, coordinations with Lebanon Utilities for the electric services, those are all happening, all things moving forward as Chief Batts said, ahead of schedule at this point. DPW projects, we've got one to mention. That's the drainage associated with the 100 South and 400 East roundabout project. That project, the roundabout project, is scheduled for letting in February. But for right now, we're working on a pre-construction meeting to be held next week, also on the 2nd, for that off-site drainage improvements that will continue there. LEAP district project updates. A lot has happened in the last 2 weeks. Up on Witt Road, the new roundabout associated with the US 52 interchange has been complete and is now opened. That opened on the 17th. And today they were removing the temporary pavement runaround earlier in the afternoon, so to clean up that site. But the roundabout main line on Witt Road is now fully open and operational. Excuse me. The interchange work continues. If you've driven out there lately, you've seen a lot of earthwork going on. It's really starting to take shape. You can see the entrance and exit ramps begin to form in the dirt there. And then west, it's a little harder to see from 52 or 300 north, but curb and asphalt is down significant portions of that on the west side of 65. 200 West, punch list repairs are wrapping up. In fact, I'm told that signage is scheduled for installation tomorrow, and that really will complete that project. 300 North over the weekend. Thanks to our friends at Lilly, their contractors closed down 300 North and worked over the weekend through the evenings to extend that 3-lane turning section, the turn lanes at 52 West. And essentially that is complete. It was opened earlier this morning, and essentially tomorrow they'll be wrapping up the striping and putting the final touches on that project. I also want to thank them for helping us to take care of some pothole patching along that segment of the road as well. And that is all I have.
Thank you, Kevin. Any questions for Kevin? Alan?
Quick question, Kevin, on the 3-way stops, and on Fordyce, the new one that's in there at the church and Morningside, as
Yes.
well as the one that's already in existence on John Bart to the north.
The north, yes.
And now we're going to have one at Fordyce. Those, we're so accustomed to driving that for so many years with no stop signs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just regular stop signs that are up there.
Correct.
I've seen stop signs with flashing red lights around the stoplight, something that gives people an advance check that, hey, there's a school here, you need to stop.
Yeah.
I would appreciate somebody to look into that and see if it's possible to kind of highlight those in some way to prevent people from running them.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can look into that. I know we'll put out some flashing beacons and stuff like that when they're going to be going into effect. We'll also work with Joe LePage to make sure there's a public information campaign to get that out there for people, but never hurts to do a little more. We typically always put those rotating reflective fins at the top of the sign as well. But yeah, it never hurts to do more, and we'll work with our friends at DPW to see what we can do.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Kevin from the board? From the public? Okay, thank you, sir. All right, next up will be Planning Department. You don't have Ben's report, do you, Kevin? Or does somebody else have it? You, yeah. Maybe normally he impresses you into service on that one. So
He did not mention anything, but no worries. I have that report here. If you give me a second, I can pull it up. You sure?
yeah, Tony gave me the hard copy here.
Okay.
So this is a report from the Planning Department. Apparently, we have issued 95 building permits 95 building inspections, 25 permits issued. Now, of those, 2 were fence, 4 electrical, 3 plumbing, 1 demolition, 3 HVAC, 1 remodel, 1 short-term rental permit, and then commercial permits, 1 new commercial, 1 foundation, 2 temporary, 5 right-of-way, and 1 ILP. And then code enforcement activities, we've had total of 70 investigations, activities. And then we also, new cases, we have 37, 21 being trash and debris, 5 junk vehicles, 2 grass and weeds, 1 for RV storage, and then 8 for general parking violations. So that's the Planning Department report. If you have questions, I guess you can follow up with them with an email. So next then will be Public Works Department, Scott Coward. Thank you, Tanya.
Good evening, Board. I've got the report for the Department of Public Works. As you may remember, we had snow plowing at the beginning of this session, so we used 67 tons of salt on 11/10. We are running leaf collections daily. We have all 4 leafers out there, all hands on deck. Stormwater Department, 351 utility locates. And then they are also assisting with the salting, plowing, and the leaf pickup. Inspection Department, this is interesting for you. We currently have 21 active construction sites at Thanksgiving. So no one's shutting down this year. Regarding that, we had 50 right-of-way inspections over the last 2 weeks, 3 SWIP inspections, 3 complaints. And we'll continue leafing until December 5th, weather permitting, and may extend if we need to after the snow. So we'll see. And that's all I've got tonight.
Scott, any questions for Scott from the board, from the public? Yep, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And last but not least, Communication and Community Development, Joe LePage.
Thank you, sir. Communications Department participated in a first-time event, Lebanon First Giving. It was held at the Lebanon Police Department. I want to give a big thank you to everyone from around our community who attended. Also, a big thanks to all the city departments who sponsored and helped out with that event. Free hats and gloves were giving out to everyone that came. There was also crafts, photo op, s'mores. Thankfully, oversaw by our Lebanon Fire Department. Cider, other snacks were given away, interaction with the public, data collection as well with both the planning office and the police department as well. And just a fantastic event. And this is something that we're trying to continue to roll out. We had one of the first Lebanon First events on the southwest side of the community. More from this effort will take place in 2026, but a big thank you to all those who attended the Lebanon First giving that happened last week. The department that I work in continues to work on artistic additions throughout our community. In early December, we'll be meeting with Brent Aldrich. He's an artist and in a variety of different capacities. He was instrumental in the Sensory Garden out by Titus and the Arc of Greater Boone County. We'll be chatting about physical pieces we're going to add throughout our community, but we're going to also really highlight the Big Four Trail throughout our community. A lot of murals have been added throughout Lebanon, but we're going to add some structures, also some spoken word additions as well, really trying to create and continue that injection of art throughout our community. Again, meeting with Brent early on in December. Also, hopefully going to wrap up by the end of this year, finalizing our Summerfest 2026 lineup. One band still kind of working on the final contracts and things like that. And so that information will be shared with you later on in 2025. Also, John spoke about Christmas on the Square coming up. We're going to broadcast that live once again on Radio Mom. And so we thought that was kind of an ad, fun feature that was added. Scott Carney will be teaming up with us again to be able to provide that live as the event happens. We'll also be broadcasting that on the second floor in the ballet school building on Facebook Live through either the city's Facebook page or the Parks Department's web Facebook page. And so we're still hammering out those details. But we're going to add that once again this year, trying to continue to make that event just continue to be what it is and such a special time in our community. And so that's all I've got. And we'll see everybody on December 6th downtown for that event on the square.
Joe, any questions for Joe from the board? From public? Okay, thank you, sir. All right, that concludes department head reports. Move on to old business. Nothing on my agenda. Anything from the board? Okay. New business then. First item up is a street closure request, as alluded to, for the Christmas parade. John? Assume you have a map.
Yes, I do. Yes. Thank you. Because the Christmas parades continues to get so big, and it's at night, we just got with Richie Mount, Scott Hood from the police department, Chuck Batts, fire department, Joe LePage, communication, the Heart of Lebanon, Missy Krulik, utilities, DPW, utilities was the Portage boy, and then from DPW, we also had, excuse me, Alex and Matt there, and then also from your office, Mayor Kelly Cook, who's instrumental in this. But what I'm asking for is a road closure. There again, starting at 5 o'clock, and it is from the Meridian Street, coming from the park, going all the way down to Main Street. The parade's at 6, but we're asking for a closure at 5 o'clock again. And then going across Main Street and coming back up Northeast Street into the park at Memorial Park. DPW is going to set up barricades just like the 4th of July. We got to treat it just a lot safer. And I appreciate all the departments helping out. That was instrumental in just trying to make it safe for everybody. But with those big trucks, kids running out, I just would like your permission to shut down the streets for that. We're going to have signage put up also down Meridian and Northeast Street in Maine. No parking. We're just trying to pretty much do it like the 4th of July. I think it's come to that stage. We had 45 units last year, and I think we're anticipating more also this year.
So we normally shut the parade on 4th of July an hour before?
Yes.
Is it normal? Okay.
Yeah, we that's what we request. Yeah, yes, we do.
I was just trying to.
Yeah, and I was a half hour, but it's always those stragglers that'll do something silly, and an hour it gives the police, Richie and Chuck and those guys, and also Chuck has talked to the EMS. They'll be on site too. It's to that stage now. I think that we need to. Originally, it just started around the park, and I think this was something that Kelly Cook started when she was programs director, and her heart's in it. She'll be down at the courthouse helping Missy and the Heart of Lebanon for that stuff. But yeah, an hour before.
Any questions, concerns with that from the board? Entertain a motion then to approve the street closure request as presented.
Make a motion we approve the street request for the Christmas parade as presented.
Motion's there a second? Second from Dick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, that is approved. Thank you, John.
Thank you. I hope you all will come down and enjoy the festivities. Heart of Lebanon has a great event during the early hours too. And just something special, a nice tradition. Thank you very much.
All right, next up will be Major Hood with the policy update for the Lebanon Police Department. I thought he left there for a second. No worries.
I've got 3 policies to run by you guys tonight that I'm going to ask for approval for, and after the third, it may lead to a request for approval for some additional updates on there. I'll run that by you guys and go. The first one I want to pass by you guys here is the facial recognition technology use policy. This is brand new content. You guys haven't seen anything like this before as part of our original manual, so it is an addition to the policy, not updated content. What this attempts to do is establish nationwide best practices for law enforcement on how we use facial recognition technology. Currently, at least at the police department level, we do not have anything that uses facial recognition policy. And when I say that, we're not talking about logging under your department issued phone where it's picking up, or the redaction software for body worn cameras walking through the emergency room so you're blurring out faces of unaffiliated persons. Not like that. It's just strictly that facial recognition technology for the law enforcement identification purposes. So it outlines responsibilities that the chief has. The facial recognition technology coordinator would be appointed once the policy would be approved. Goes through authorized uses of facial recognition technology. Who has access to facial recognition technology, who may search for it. Uses and limitations, search documentations. Privacy considerations, those are all nationwide best practices, and through state statute on there, they show us what prohibited uses of facial recognition technology would be. It's new technology in a lot of areas on there, so we're trying to put some guidelines in place for how to best utilize that, as that is rapidly coming down the road.
Any questions on that policy from the board? Appreciate you guys being a little proactive on that. You know, that's certainly going to probably become more prevalent and common these days. So being ready now is a good idea. So, our next policy.
The next policy update is going to be a use of force update. And this pertains to a particular item called a vascular neck restraint on there. Originally in our approved manual, it was referred to as a carotid control hold. The Academy has changed some verbiage where carotid control hold is now a vascular neck restraint. So our policy manual updates this terminology.
Substantive changes other than name?
No, sir.
Terminology? Okay.
That was it, just the change in terminology.
Yep.
And the third one is involuntary detentions. To better align with changes in state statute, involuntary detentions or immediate detentions are now rebranded as emergency detentions. So this particular policy reflects a change in that terminology. You will see some minor updates in there where they update some gender pronouns. And as we've seen with some of these policy updates in the past, what I wanted to ask the Board of Works about is a sneak peek ahead. This also affects policy number 409, which is crisis intervention incidents, policy 428, homeless persons, policy 429, medical aid and response, policy 901, temporary custody of juveniles, and policy 904, transporting persons in custody, where the only changes in those policy are going to be updating that involuntary or immediate detention to emergency detention. I'd like to ask for approval, should this one be approved, just to go ahead and update those other policies where that's the only other change.
Are any concerns with that from the board? For just changing a word, changing a term?
That's it, all it does, and it catches a few of the gender pronouns where he, she are now officer.
Okay. All right, and that was the three policies. Any
Yes, sir.
concerns or questions from the board? Okay, with that, we'll entertain a motion concerning the proposed policy updates.
I'll make a motion, we approve the policy updates for the Lebanon Police Department as presented.
Motion to approve, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Bill, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. Thank you, Major.
Thank you.
All right, next up will be invitation to quote results and recommendations concerning the demolition of structures at the former street department garage. Kevin.
Thank you very much. 1 second here. So in the last couple of meetings, this body authorized us to seek quotes for the demolition of the structures at the former street garage at 1301 Lafayette Avenue. And City Council also authorized funding not to exceed $100,000. So this puts us into a invited quote scenario in terms of project procurement. We can share the screen now. We reached out to 4 different contractors that had shown interest and are known to do work in this area. And the lowest, most responsive and responsible quote was from Ray's Demolition at $75,000. Sorry, I don't think I had that seated all the way in the. There we go. Ray's Demolition at $75,750 was our lowest, most responsive and responsible quote based on the invited quotees that responded. So again, with your approval, we would ask for your authorization to enter into a contract with Ray's Demolition for $75,750 for the demolition of those structures at 1301 Lafayette Avenue. Authorizing the mayor to execute contracts on your behalf.
Any questions on that from the board? Okay, entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion, we approve the recommendation for the demolition of the street garage, $75,750 from Ray's Demolition.
Motion, is there a second? Second from Judge. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? All right, that is approved. All right, next up will be bid opening. This is also Kevin for the Abner Longley Park storage buildings renovations.
Thank you very much. Again, this is, I mentioned this in my report. This is for the renovations of the structure at 312 Thompson Street, also referred to in our bid package as the Abner Longley Park storage building renovations. So this is the Quest VBid platform right here. We'll go to, this is the project listing. We'll go to the virtual bidding scenario. And it works the first time. There we go. And we'll go to bid letting. Underneath bid letting, we'll see that we received 2 proposals. Again, I mentioned this in my report, one from Cunningham Construction Group and one from Monroe Construction. We've had experience with both contractors. Both contractors just squeaked in under the 5 p.m. deadline. And we're happy to now open their bids. So we will review the bid packages from them. As you can see, they both submitted in the appropriate time frame, and they downloaded or they uploaded the appropriate documents. And we will accept both of these bids. And then we will go to our bid display to see the results. Let's see. So we received two bids here. Well, it takes some evaluation here to look at this. For some reason, in the bidding platform, Cunningham Construction Group is showing up as $0 for the base bid, and Monroe Construction is showing up at $253,743, with alternates bringing their total to $253,743. Again, we'll try to figure out what's going on. Perhaps there was a improper upload from the Cunningham Group, but we'll look closer at that, see if there's anything that can be done there. But we have a qualified bid from Monroe Construction Group, again, with all alternates accepted at $253,743. So in terms of opening tonight, they are the apparent lowest bidder. We will again review these bid documents and come back to you at your next meeting with a recommendation.
So Rob, now I'm a little concerned. Would that be essentially an improper bid now? Because I assume they're not going to do it for free. So we'd appreciate it if they want to.
I'm going to assume it's not for free.
And now we've opened the bids and they.
Yeah, I think we need to verify. Kevin will be able to, with due diligence, to see if
The documents submitted.
if they were responsive. I mean, it appears at least that they were, but for some reason, nothing is showing up.
So this is the paper version that has to be uploaded. In fact, we can share this here. So I guess so full disclosure here, I'm just looking at the associated documents that each individual contractor uploaded. And when I opened their bid form PDF, this is the proposal form that, in addition to the digital entry into the spreadsheet, this is what they show. Again, we'll review this with the legal team to see if this is valid, but it appears their bid was, the base bid amount was $440,998. Quite a bit higher than the apparent low bid from Monroe Construction. So again, we'll evaluate this, but Monroe Construction appears to be the apparent low bidder, and we'll come back to you for with a recommendation at next meeting. Monroe Construction, you may remember, did the restroom building in Memorial Park, restroom and storage building a couple years ago.
Okay. Any questions on that for Kevin from the board? Okay, we'll take that under advisement and look at that at our next meeting. All right, next up will be bid opening for Elizaville and Elm Swamp Road intersection improvements.
Thank you. Same process here. Let me just, I'm going to log out and log back in just so everything resets properly here. Again, the Elizaville and Elm Swamp Road intersection improvements, as you might recall, a little bit of background, we did kind of a soft modification of this intersection with paint and some traffic delineators almost getting close to 3 years ago, and it's performed really well. We've not had a single one of those traffic delineators hit, so we're just trying to make that a more permanent fix with curbs, new asphalt, sidewalks, driveway extensions. So again, we'll go to the virtual bid, go to the bid letting, and see we received 5 bids on this one. All 5 of these bids from E&B Paving, Baumgartner and Company, Howard Companies, Ace Paving, and J.S. McCullough Excavating were all submitted prior to the 5 p.m. deadline. Going to the review of these bids. Again, all these contractors submitted the appropriate forms and were submitted in the appropriate time frame, and we will just verify all these have now been accepted. Save that. Say we're done. And we'll display the bids now for the public. So what we can see here, these are already automatically categorized from low to high. This was a one lump sum price bid. So the lump sum prices shake out as seen here on the screen. And it appears that Ace Paving LLC is the low bidder at a total bid of $54,750. Again, it appears that Ace Paving is our apparent low bidder at this time after opening. We will review these documents and work with our legal team to come back for a recommendation. Happy to report this is significantly below our budget estimate for the project. So, in fact, the previous bid was also significantly below that budget estimate.
Evan, have we done business with Ace Paving before?
Ace Paving did phase one of the Abner Longley Park perimeter path, and they also are the winners of the phase two Abner Longley Park paving project, paving project. That's the one that has a pre-construction meeting scheduled for Tuesday. So we've had one paving project with them. I will say that a lot of the leadership at Ace Paving came from a company that we've done a lot of work with in the past. So this is kind of a startup company.
Didn't they do our community crossings one year as well?
Yeah, that's what actually I'm referring to is Justin Davis, who is the president of that company, was our point of contact when he was with Grady Brothers, who did our paving projects during COVID.
Yeah.
So.
Is there a drawing or something that shows that intersection and what actually is going to take place here with this?
Absolutely. Yeah, let me, I can pull that up for you real quickly here. Okay, just got to find the right file here. If we can share my screen again here, this is the set of construction documents prepared by JQOL. And let's see, this is kind of showing the demolition of the pavement, milling and resurfacing, the removal of the old pavement. This is probably the best plan for you to look at here on the screen. That again just shows a reworking of that intersection, really having new curbs on that southeast quadrant to replace the traffic delineators that are there, extending the sidewalk, new ADA ramps, new crosswalk markings. So it's a relatively small and minor project. We just had a much higher cost estimate from our engineers, which is the reason it pushed us. We felt we needed to push this into a bidding category as opposed to a quoting category.
I think at the previous meeting, I was just curious about, you had mentioned that the front yard was going to be expanded for one of those property owners.
Yeah,
and
so down where that sidewalk
I was just wanting to
is.
see how that looked, but
Yeah. So this is where there really will be some new lawn space out there. It'll still be our right of way. So we're not necessarily vacating any portion of that, but effectively there will be some more grass in front of that home.
thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Any other questions for Kevin from the board on that?
That cleans it up really nice.
Okay, we'll take that under advisement and address it at our next meeting. All right, next up will be bid authorization for Department of Public Works unit price material bids. Do this every year.
I'm
Kevin?
still here. Yep.
You are?
Same program as usual. The only difference is this is the 2026 annual supply bid program. This is where we seek bids for the supply of asphalt, stone and sand, concrete, grass seeding. It also includes some unit price milling and resurfacing, deep patching. These are really unit prices that are established via contract that the Department of Public Works will use for operations next year. Not really any different than last year, other than we've added a couple of new materials under stone, one being number 11s, which is the type of stone, wash number 11s, which is the type of stone used in the new total paver that they purchased, and riprap, which is another larger stone material that is used by the stormwater department. So this is just authorization. We won't open bids till after the first of the year at the first meeting in January.
Questions on that? Authorize them to seek bids? Okay, we entertain a motion then to let them seek bids
I'll make a
for,
motion, we approve give them authorization to solicit for bid.
okay, we have motions. Is there a second? Second from Judge. All fair side?
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, that is approved. All right, and finally, here we got one more thing, the surety release and acceptance.
Yep, this is associated with Sunbrook Villas, sections 1, 2, and 3, as well as Sunbrook, sections 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are essentially bond releases, performance bond releases, and performance and or maintenance bond releases, and then either releasing those in the interest of if they are maintenance related, or exchanging performance for maintenance bonds if that is the case. So again, I won't get into all the details here. You've received the list, but administratively, we are recommending release and acceptance associated with these bonds based on the memo that I prepared.
Questions or concerns on with that from the board? Entertain a motion to approve as presented.
Motion, we approve as presented.
Motion approved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alan. All fair side?
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. All right, that concludes what I have for new business. Anything from the board? Okay. Oh,
This may not be the right here before we adjourn, but I wanted to wish everybody in attendance, as well as those who are viewing this meeting, a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
all set, Alan. Absolutely. Do you want to make a motion concerning our claims then?
Yes.
Motion?
second.
I assume it's a motion to pay the claims. Okay, motion to pay in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, now a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Is there a second? Second from Judge. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Our next Board of Works meeting will be December 8th at 5:30 PM. City Council's up next. We are adjourned.